What's up, guys? Excited to be back with another post. I hope everyone is having a blessed day. So same as last time, I'll be posting another long formatted video on my journey to finishing this page. Also, I just want to thank everyone who watched the latest Agents in White comic post. I really appreciate all the love. I jumped over 20 subs on just that one post alone, which may not seem like a lot, but imagine having 20 or even 100 people in your face giving you undivided attention. It's insane, actually. So thank you. More to come. I'll try upping the quality on those in terms of editing. I'll actually look to add some things to make it better to read in some panels, playing around with some sound effects and things that are more immersive because it's a read on your own kind of thing. But hey, I'll grow as the channel does. More videos coming soon. I have a couple of cool things planned out as well, so stay tuned for that. But enough of that. So what I plan to do is pretty much explain the panels a bit and add some context as well. As my plan, I want to get to 12 episodes, which is 2 full volumes with about 11 chapters apiece by manga standards. So I'll give you guys the story from there, and then I'll plan on eventually getting it scanned, possibly into a book after I, tweak some things, edit some things, change some stuff around, and make it a little bit more professional and clean it up some, and eventually to an anime. So I'll be posting about at least 20 more videos. I know I got a long way before then. I just got to the next volume, so we got a long way to go before then. We should then give it time to develop the story, give it a great sense of the direction and where it's going. I don't plan on having it long like One Piece. I'll probably do 2 installments, Agents in White, which is going to be a little bit more lighthearted, and the tone's going to be more heroic and not cliche, but it'll be a lighter tone and more of a happy ending type of thing compared to Agents in Black, which is the second installment. That's going to be a little bit darker. It's going to branch away from the main characters a bit, but it's definitely going to be a different tonality completely. But that's the plan in terms of that. I wanted to also give some tips and tricks for any newer artists. I don't plan on talking the entire time, but I did want to help people as we continue to grow. And if I get to 1,000 subs, then I'll create a community chat, maybe through YouTube or some other options. We'll see how that goes if I get there. But like I said, if this is your first time here, I just want to help people grow and hopefully inspire them to start creating and impacting others also. The one tip that I want to give in this video, because it inspired me with a comment I seen, is start tracing. I know it kind of sounds crazy, but it's definitely the way to go. That's how I started. I was tracing a lot of complex images when I was younger and didn't realize how it impacted my muscle memory as well as my brain. It made it a lot easier when I stepped away from tracing to formulate drawings without as much doubt as I did before, which in turn worked like taking the training wheels off. It's great to get started, and I can say if you stick with it, you should start seeing differences in a matter of days to a couple weeks. And to cap it all off, these panels that I'm working on consist of the main character, Zoran, making up with his brother, Nor, quote unquote, or someone who he sees like such after their fight, which cuts to Nora laughing at Zoran, who admitted to having a deep conversation with Sona and leading to her crying. It's hysterical to Nora because Sona is one of the toughest people he knows, which leads to some more lore that'll be touched on later in the story. You also see Sona, who is standing confidently after a light jog with weighted gear. This leads into day 4 of training with Zoran, who will now be sparring Sona, who is going to be one of the toughest people and actually the strongest character Zoran will see with his own eyes up to this point of the story. Lots of good plot points and expansive information to come out of these panels when the page is finished. Now, just enjoy the video, maybe have it as a background as you draw, listen, or just vibe out. I'll be posting the last video in terms of my comic for the month around the weekend or even, early next week, just depending, but we'll see how that goes. Now, you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and till next time, hopefully you guys enjoy the session.